Hello kids, how are you? It's your teacher Ricardo from the GLORIA Fuertes Cultural Center, ¿ok? Es su profesor Ricardo Martins del Centro Cultural Gloria Fuertes. Estamos en nuestra clase del 1 de abril de inglés infantil. Bienvenidos, ¿ok? Let's take for today to read a story that is really cool, ¿ok? It calls at the airport. Remember that when you are talking about something at a place or something, a place that is known like the school or something, you use the preposition at the airport, for example, okay? And try to pay attention the way of the structure of the grammatically things that are said, that are in the writing. Okay, let's start with the story. Miguel is standing in line at the airport. You use at the airport because it's an airport. Okay, you use the preposition at. Also, you use standing because it's doing the action right now. It's in continuous tense. Okay, let's continue. It is his turn and he walks to the counter. Let's remember that we were talking about third person. That's why we put the S in walks, okay? He walks to the counter. The lady at the counter asks. The lady is she, for example. For that reason she have the S. Remember to put it when you're talking about in present simple about the third person, okay? Him for his ID, and she checks his flight details. She checks his flight details. She checks his flight details, okay? Checks also have the S for because it's the third person. Yes, he's confirmed on flight 103 from Los Angeles to Hawaii at noon. He does not have any bags to check in, but has one small carry-on bag that he will take with him. He will take with him a small carry-on. Do you know what is a small carry-on? When you have a little bag, okay, something that is not in the plane, and you charge it, you use the carry-on bag, okay? He does not have any bags to check. When you don't have any bags to check, it's like you are not putting bags inside the plane. You are charging with your bags, okay? The agent prints out his boarding pass. Do you remember when you travel with the boarding pass? The boarding pass is a little ticket that you use to open the doors and to show to the people and to show your flight details. When you have the boarding pass inside of the airport, is the way that all the people could check your information in an easy way, only watching the boarding pass. That's why we print the boarding pass in the airport, okay? Let's continue with that. The airport security officer walks past him with a big dog. Do you know, when you are in the airport, sometimes the people is watching the other person and is looking for people that are making bad things, and they have animals like dogs to sniff and to look for something that could be forbidden in the airport, okay? That's the way that the officer walk past him with a big dog. The dog is sniffing around people's luggage. Do you know, the dog sniffing is like when you have the nose close to somebody sniffing around, okay? Like me, that I have my nose really close, okay, with flu, okay? But I don't have flu actually, but I I have allergic. That's why my voice is like that. Okay. Okay. The dog is sniffing around people's luggage, trying to detect drugs and explosives. The dogs of the police are trained to detect drugs and explosive. Okay. Also, the animals that are in the airport are trained for that thing. They are working. Animals that are working. Okay. Miguel is relieved when relieved. Miguel is relieved when he sees the dog walk past him. Suddenly, the dog turns and begins to sniff his back and bark. Oh, oh, maybe, if we were in that situation, do you mind that we were in the airport, okay? And a dog comes to us and starts sniffing and barking. For God, uh, pray for that the dog was only barking for food that you have inside your bag, because maybe you will be in a good trouble if the dog is barking to your luggage. Okay, that's why it's not good when a dog in the airport is barking to your luggage. But maybe the animal instinct leave the dog barking to your luggage if you have some food that he wants to take. It wants to take. If the dog wants to take something, it wants to take food or something that you have in the bag, maybe you can make it come to you and bark to your bag because you have food or something. But some cases there is no food, that they are most of the time they are not looking for that things. Okay, they know how what they are looking for. They know, the dogs know how what they are looking for. The security officer looks at Miguel. Sir, please bring your bag and come with me. Immediately, also, the security officer will say to Miguel, Sir, please your bag and come with me. Okay? Do you mind what happens? Maybe Miguel have in his bag something that is forbidden in the airport. That's why the dogs comes to him and start barking to their things. Okay? To their Miguel things. Okay. If you have questions, for example, where is Miguel? Miguel is at the airport. He's waiting in a line at the airport. What is an ID? An ID is the common abbreviation of identification. The ID is the identification. What time does Miguel flight leave Los Angeles? His flight leaves LA at noon for Hawaii. Okay? What does Miguel need in order to get to the plane? He needs a boarding pass. As everybody. If you don't have the boarding pass, you cannot enter to the plane. What are the airport security agents trying to detect? The most common things they are trying to detect explosive and drugs. They are trying to detect drugs or explosive in the passenger's luggage. Okay? Always. Okay? You have here more sentences that you can check it. For example, you can buy your ticket online. I am not carrying a weapon in my bag. I am traveling economy class. My friend is traveling first class. There is no need to panic. It is just turbulence. When will this plane take off? The plane has already landed. Let's run to the gate. The flight was bumpy, but the flight attendant was very relaxed. The pilot made an announcement. We are going to miss our flight. Her seat does not recline. They are bringing drinks and snacks. Sir, may I offer you a brebash? This is not a direct flight. I have to change flights at Frankfurt. I will have to call the airline to confirm. They had to make an emergency landing. It was a very smooth landing, but the flight was bumpy. My bag is too big to fit in the overhead compartment. I am checking in this suitcase. I will take the backpack as a carry-on. I need one day to get over the jet lag. I recommend you to continue reading, and you have here all the things in English and all the things in Spanish. If you don't understand a word, you can search for it here in the Spanish version that you have next to the story. Okay, I recommend you to continue reading the story in your house, to think about if you have an airport situation, not like Miguel's situation, but how was your visit to the airport, and how was with the flying attendants in the flight. If you fly from to one to some places, I recommend you to start making a writing about your experience flying and going to the airport. Thank you for coming to the class, and I say to you that you have to follow the next video of this class and continue learning English in your houses. Thank you. Goodbye.